And let me talk about my shirt. Yes. You see, I got to have this shirt on, right? It's a Warrior.
Is that from 300?
It kind of does look 300-esque, you know, but he's fighting off all of these arrows over here because sometimes you got to fight off the haters. Sometimes you got to fight off the doom and gloom. I mean, out there performance like we saw with our black and gold team, it just was not up to snuff. So we got to come out here and be Warriors. And our friends over at Into the AM, shout out to them. They provided me with this type of shirt because I had to be a Warrior this morning, man. Deke had to be a Warrior today, all right? And we're going to be Warriors because of Into the AM providing us with these awesome shirts, graphic tees, basic tees, awesome deals going on over there. But as we always say when we talk about a company, especially Into the AM, you got to get a promo code, baby. So you see the link right there. The promo code is MOATS10. So you get your 10% off of all of your purchases there, whether you're doing the subscription so you can get the shirts coming in on a monthly basis, or if you're just doing your regular one-off purchases. We know it's Cyber Monday today.
Yeah.
You know, you got Christmas coming up as well. So whatever you shopping for, make sure you show the friends over Into the AM some love, but use that promo code MOATS10.
Two guys on their defensive line. It was just Najee running into a brick wall. There's no holes at all.
I'm watching Najee in some of these first downs, that he got, even Pat Frymouth. I'm like, they're having to work so hard to just get this little bit. And it's just like, yo, our O-line, they don't get any movement. Like, I don't want to say they regress because part of me was never as optimistic about their improvement as probably everyone else during this 4 or 5 games. But it was just sad to see where
it's
you're
back to games 2, 3, and 4.
That's what it looked like. And I'm like, okay, I understand the quality of opponent was way better. This D-line group was probably better across the board than that Chargers unit. The Chargers unit, we said they got Bosa. We thought they could rush the pass. We felt like we should be able to run on them. Right. Yeah. We hadn't faced a consistent group across the board like that for a while because even Chicago was missing Khalil. The Seahawks didn't have probably guys Cleveland. Like that. Probably was Cleveland. So when I thought that, I'm just like...
And we had success against Cleveland. Yeah. But they weren't known to be the best rush defense of all time.
And even with the success they had, we were also saying that, man, it forced our offense to get the ball out quick because we saw how fast Dan Moore was losing to Myles Garrett. And watching this game, it was just like, man, we couldn't even go back to just at least handing it off to Najee and hoping that, he makes something out of nothing. Because like you said, it was a brick wall he was running into. And then when you throw in a turnover, that changes that dynamic as well, right? Especially early on in the game, it doesn't allow you to get that flow like you want. Now, granted, the second series, they came back and bounced back, but still, it was disheartening to see the O-line play like that, man.
Yeah, definitely. What'd you think of the turnover? Are you talking about the first one?
Yeah, the first one, it was miscommunication.
It was clearly miscommunication. Yeah, I don't know who it was.
That's the problem. It's like we never know who it is, but it was miscommunication. Ben's throwing the back shoulder. Claypool was taking it up top. Eli Apple, of all people, it was the beneficiary of it. I was so hot, bro.
That's because he benefited off literally Ben throwing it right to
that
him.
Was it. And you saw, who did they go to right after that? They went right back to him.
Yeah, they kept trying him.
He was their duck. He was the guy where it's like, yo, go at this guy. But you give a guy a little bit of confidence. They make a play or two here and there. The flow of the game. Now we can't even attack it the way we want to attack it, and that was the other part with it. But yeah, that first interception was definitely miscommunication. The second one, the pick 6 to Hilton, the placement was bad. I mean,
that was a bad play.
Yeah, the ball was bad.
That was
man.
bad. That reminded me of the Buffalo one last year.
Yes, I was about to say,
it was almost
like
the exact
Buffalo,
same thing.
Yeah,
that was bad. At that point, we were down. I think it was 24-3.
24-3. Yeah, because that was right after the Minka pick. And we thought we was going to get some points on it.
Yeah, it was like 40-something seconds. We had 3 timeouts, so why not take a shot? Now, I thought even on that play, though, Ben is almost getting hit as he's throwing it. I don't want to blame the offensive line completely on that because I don't think it was the best decision. But, that was the big theme.
Yeah, for me, that's why, even though Ben had the 2 picks weren't the reason, for me, where I'm like, oh man, Ben is done, because the first pick was miscommunication. That second one, he's clearly getting his arm hit. Dan Moore's getting bulled into him. Even though Ben throws it, he can't step into it. He doesn't fully follow through because Dan Moore is right there on him. But the thing that I just didn't like was like you said, some of the decision making, right? Why are you making that throw right there with him breaking on that? Some of that type of stuff.
Yeah, that was the one thing we couldn't have. Going into half, we got the ball coming out. Mm-hmm. That wasn't good. But I do think at the end of the day, it was just we can't stop their pass rush. Our O-line can't do anything. And we can't stop anything they're doing on offense, whether it was running the ball or passing it. So it's like, I get what you're saying. And that's how I felt too. A lot of people were coming after Ben after that first pick. I'm like, all right, really? You're using this pick, a clear miscommunication, to start saying Ben sucks? Right. It was like the second play of the game. But then also the pick at the end of the first half, I was just thinking too, like we're down 24 right now. This isn't the best if we're trying to get back in this. But ultimately, if you're going to put that game on that pick, I think you're completely wrong on that, because we couldn't stop him.
Yeah. For me, man, like I said, you can critique Ben and get on his performances and his decision making. That to me isn't new either, though. Some of the decision making stuff. I just think now we're not getting all of the crazy high end plays that might overshadow one or two mistakes. Right now, his margin of error is a lot smaller, right? So for him, the difference between a really good performance and a bad performance could simply be one turnover. Whereas in the past, man, you weren't worried about Ben having a turnover because you knew he was going to give you 3-4, like just crazy plays, touchdown plays, field flipping plays. And right now, at this stage in his career, it's just not that. So for him, he just has to be cleaner. But like I said, that first pick is not on him, man. And to an extent, the second one, if we give an assist to Dan, just give an assist to Dan Moore. He gets like a 0.5.
I mean, I'd love to come in here and just say, oh man, that was all on the offensive line. What do you want to do? He was getting hit. But yeah, at the same time, where we were on the field, we getting the ball at half. Like we just couldn't have a pick. We couldn't have a turnover at that point because it wasn't a pick six, but it would have given him a field goal again.
Right.
That was coming after the Minkah pick that we talked about.